Hello and welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of CUTV's morning show, Top of the Hour. I'm Cecilia Ramirez.
And I'm Brooke Whiteley. It's good to be back for one more season. On today's show, we have a special feature story on the documentary Crystal Darkness.
We also have a story about a woman who attempted to hire a hitman online, so it looks like you can just do just about anything on the internet nowadays.
Top of the Hour is next.
Last month, watch parties took place all over the state of Oklahoma to view the premiere of Crystal Darkness, a 30-minute documentary over the existing problem with methamphetamines. The presentation offered a hotline where viewers could call in and receive help for meth addiction. Stations all over Oklahoma aired the program after their evening newscast. Oklahoma is dealing with one of the most dangerous social problems in the United States. That problem is the trafficking and addiction to methamphetamines. People all over America like to use a particular term when experimenting with drugs: one time. There is no one time with methamphetamines. Meth destroys the pleasure receptors in the brain until the user is no longer pleased without it. At this point, the user is now an addict and will do whatever it takes for another hit. This includes lying, stealing, and killing. On January 13th, organizations throughout the state of Oklahoma held watch parties for the first phase of the Crystal Darkness Oklahoma campaign. This campaign is the product of state government agencies, citizens, and volunteers working to eliminate the meth problem in Oklahoma. The 30-minute documentary interviewed methamphetamine users and state officials on the situation. The purpose of this program was to show viewers that meth is still a problem in our state and that if you know anyone who uses, to seek help. Throughout the documentary, a graphic showed that viewers could call 211 if they knew someone who needed help with meth addiction. This phone line enabled callers to be in touch with any public or private community service in order to reach a specialist or a referral. After the televised event, over 700 calls flooded the hotlines. The drug known as Crystal Darkness has been distributed into the United States through Mexico and California, but dealers and users have found ways to cook the drug in meth labs around the state, usually in rural areas. Just running a meth lab is potentially dangerous with risk of burns or explosions. These labs are just another factor that can lead to death in such a dirty game. The physical effects of a drug like crystal meth includes teeth loss, weight loss, heart attack, and stroke. The social effects outweigh these physicalities, however. Although the user basically begins to die a slow death after using, the drug also eats away at the family and the home life. A user begins to turn on everyone, especially loved ones. Considering meth users begin at a young age, the root of the problem begins in the household. Parents never say, "This couldn't happen to my child," because it can happen to anyone. The Crystal Darkness campaign plans to run the documentary again in Oklahoma soon. The campaign has already shown the documentary in states like Colorado, and Arkansas, California, and Washington are still to come. The documentary has proven to be effective to some addicts who wanted help, but this crystal meth epidemic continues. Convenience stores still continue to sell paraphernalia and pipes that aid in the use of the substance. Also, dealers have continued to put the drug in our environment, even after legislation like the Nick Green Act. What Oklahomans need to realize is that crystal meth is a far more dangerous and addicting drug than that of cocaine or even crack cocaine. Oklahoma is one of the most infected states from this plague. Let's push forward to eliminate or minimize this problem from our society and, most importantly, our youth.
A Michigan woman is facing jail time after seeking a hitman online. The woman wanted to kill her lover's wife. Authorities say the woman was charged with 12 years in prison. Prosecutors say the woman advertised a freelance job in November of 2007 on the website Craigslist. She used email to ask 3 respondents to kill the other woman. A Texas man is dead after being executed this week. He was charged for the murders of his girlfriend and her 14-year-old son 14 years ago. The man killed the 2 with a baseball bat. Outside the dead chambers were family members. Authorities say the man kept mouthing "I'm sorry" to his relatives. He was the 6th condemned killer to receive lethal injection this year in Texas. The man won the permission of the courts to stop appeals attempting to spare his life.
You may have seen President Barack Obama's Hope photograph, like the one on the plasma, on buttons, posters, and on the internet. The photo is a design by Shepard Fairey, who is a Los Angeles street artist. Since the picture became so popular during last year's election, autographed copies by Fairey have been sold on eBay for thousands of dollars. Fairey has made it clear that the image is based on an Associated Press photograph taken in April of '06 by Manny Garcia during the National Press Club in Washington. Well, AP now wants credit and compensation for copyright reasons. Fairey's attorney is claiming fair use. Fair use is a legal concept that allows exceptions to copyright law depending on how original the work actually is. Shepard Fairey also claims to have grabbed the image off Google.
The Lawton Sill Cavalry, along with the Continental Basketball Association, will be terminating the rest of the season. The team's management says due to problems with the economy, the team had no choice but to fold. The CBA hopes to come back to Lawton next year. But don't worry, Cameron University Athletic Department is offering free admission to any home basketball games for all Cavalry season ticket holders. Presenting season ticket identification or tickets will get fans into Aggie Gym for free. A 3-game series will be held this week to determine an 08-09 champion. This series is between the two top teams in the league standings. The Lawton Sill Cavalry and the Albany Patrons will hold games played in Albany from Thursday through Saturday. Lawton fans still have a chance to watch each of the games from the CBA Finals at a local watch party being presented at Brady's Glass on B Avenue. The Cavs say they're thankful for those close to the team and for all their supports.
Yeah, Brooke, it's really fortunate that the CBA cut their season short.
I know.
The CBA only actually had 5 whole teams before the beginning of the season. When the season started, there was a couple questions, a little bit of speculation of whether there was going to be a season because the 5th team was actually cut. So now, because of cost and because of low ticket sales, obviously, I've been to a couple of the games myself. Most of the games were a little bit empty. Definitely some strong fans there, though, from the ones that were there.
Well, you have the Thunder in Oklahoma City, so that probably kind of hurt them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people are trying to go see some NBA teams play.
Exactly.
But definitely for the playoffs last year, I mean, they did win last year. You would expect them to last a little bit longer, but I mean, the whole league folded as a whole. But definitely for the championships, last game was the only time. The playoff games last year, that was the only time I saw the whole Great Plains Coliseum full. So it's really not a surprise to me, but it's really unfortunate.
But hopefully they'll be back next year and better than ever.
They're definitely trying for next year.
Good.
The word is that the owners are going to meet with the CBA this weekend. So we'll see what happens, and the playoffs are also this weekend as well.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us today for our season premiere of Top of the Hour. I believe it's 4 seasons now that we've been doing this. We want to remind you that all our CUTV shows are airing on all the plasmas around campus, as well as on our YouTube channel.
Just go to youtube.com and search CU Internet TV. Check out our brand new lineup, including In the Huddle, Film Geek, and the 3rd chapter of our telenovela.
That's right, Brooke. Finally, Chapter 3 is up and running. This chapter is our best one yet, and definitely the most dramatic.
Exactly.
We'd also like to remind you to pick up the latest issue of the Cameron Collegian. On behalf of Dr. Matt Jenkins, Mr. Steve Adams, and our wonderful CUTV crew, I'm Cecilia Ramirez.
And I'm Brooke Whiteley. Tune in next week at the top of the hour, every hour.